Hey everyone, I'm Ian Douglas, the author of the website techinterview.guide. I do live streams every Sunday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern about topics relevant to interview preparation for the tech industry. I occasionally record longer Q&A sessions, and I've started to break those into smaller videos to post. And there'll be information at the end of this video about how to get in contact with me if you have additional questions. Let's get to it. What do you say in response to your interview, "Why should we hire you?" that instantly amazed them and got you the job? I don't think I've ever had like an interview start with like, "Why should we hire you?" and me give them some kind of answer and then go like, "All right, we're done hiring. This is the person we're gonna hire." I don't know that it was ever that easy. I have had interviews where I'm nervous, they're nervous, and I use humor as a deflection mechanism. And so I'll like bring a moment of levity in there just to show like, hey, I'm human, but I've got a good sense of humor. The one that stands out to me the most offhand was a startup in Santa Monica that I was applying to. And they had me in for an interview, and they were looking for somebody to write Perl. And when you write a Perl script, you put this little thing at the top of the script that tells it the path of where to find the Perl interpreter, and then you can add command line flags on the end of it. And one of them was a -W, which kind of throws warnings as errors and so on. And so they were asking, as part of the technical part of the interview, when would you put -W next to the interpreter in your script? And I'm nervous and they're nervous. And so I kind of mentioned like, oh, well, when you want to break your script and not have it work anymore, because that is almost always what happens. If you find any Perl script and you just add -W on the interpreter, it's probably going to break, because instead of like just outputting warnings, it treats warnings as errors and it will crash your script. And so if you declare a variable and don't use it, or if you declare a variable and then try to reuse it later, it's considered like dirty in memory or tainted in memory. And it'll just start throwing all these errors and just crash your script and just not work anymore. And so when I mentioned in the interview, it's like, oh yeah, you add that if you don't want your script to work anymore. Like everybody started busting up laughing. And turns out I was interviewing with 2 of the 4 founders of the company, as well as their then VP of engineering. And they're like, all right, that was a good answer. That was pretty good. And like, several times during the interview, they're like, make the script stop working. That was good. That was a good answer on that one. And they brought that up a couple times. But there's no one magic answer like, why should we hire you? The key thing there, and I've talked about this on the stream, and if you read through my daily email series, this is the very first email that I send in that series, like, why should we hire you? It's like, tell me about yourself. They want to know why they should hire you, and you have to have a good answer prepared and practiced to explain why you're a good fit for that role, why you're headed in the same direction as the company, and why they should take a chance on you. You need to talk about the experiences that you bring and the background that you bring and the skills that you have and how that's going to benefit them and how you're going to make their life easier, you're going to make their job easier, you're going to make their team better by investing in you. So there's no like one phrase where I can say like, oh, just say Rumpelstiltskin and they'll like hire you instantly. There's no magic abracadabra phrase. You just have to be real. You have to be yourself. You have to be genuine, and you have to be able to explain the benefit to them of hiring you. That's really what that answer needs to be. There's like a what do they call it, like cost something benefit, or cost benefit ratio or something like that. There's a return on investment that they're expecting. When they hire you, they're expecting a return on that investment. And so you need to be able to practice and prepare telling them why that investment is going to be a good return for them. So there's no one phrase, but it is something that you need to convey and practice. Never walk into an interview think you're just going to wing it. That's never going to work out. And I think we heard that with Lee last week on the stream. He's like, you got to prepare. You have to be prepared when you walk into that interview. You can't just walk in and ad lib everything as you go. It's just not going to work out. Hey, thanks for watching. I love helping people out with interview prep, and I hope this video helped you in some way. If you found this Q&A useful, please consider subscribing. You can follow me on Twitch as well for the live stream twice a week. Check out techinterview.guide/streaming for more information. I also have a daily email series that you can subscribe to on the website. There are never any ads, and when you finish the series, I scrub your information out of my database permanently. Finally, if you have a question that you'd like answered on the stream, you can find my contact info on techinterview.guide. I prefer LinkedIn or email. If you leave your question in a YouTube comment, it might take me longer to find it, but I'll see you next time.